Well, Trump's interview with Elon is wild.
Why? What happened?
Well, he attempts to intimidate union workers by threatening to fire those who go on strike, and they were laughing about it. Didn't you listen to the clip?
Well, I tried, but I couldn't get it to work.
Oh, right, because they couldn't set up for 40 minutes.
Set up what?
The Spaces.
Spaces?
The audio streaming on X.
X?
Wait, what couldn't you get to work?
I couldn't turn on my BlackBerry.
Simon. Welcome. This is Felt the Nation. I'm Kendra Sooth.
And I'm Simon Socks. Vice President Kamala Harris's team is reporting an increase in support from climate activists who had previously held off endorsements.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump's Project 2025 proposes eliminating aid for communities and businesses recovering from severe storms, which are getting stronger and more frequent because of climate change.
Climate change. Tough one. Democrats say it's real. Republicans say it's not. How are we as journalists supposed to know who's right and who's wrong? Well, that's up to you, the viewer.
Well, no, Simon. We can say it. Climate change is a real thing.
Kendra, I know that, but we're not allowed to say that as journalists. We have to respect both sides.
Not when one of the sides is lying repeatedly. Thankfully, we have a correspondent whose job is to sift through these complex matters. Let's welcome Blitz Vester, who has been reading the latest climate data reports.
Blitz, could you give us just a quick update? And I mean a quick update. These climate segments can be so boring.
Boring? Well, maybe I could make this a little more urgent for you, Simon. A new report from the International Energy Agency said that
Nothing makes me sleepier than hearing about a new report from an agency. Time's ticking, Blitz.
Well, look, man. We're falling behind on wind power and renewable electricity goals, and by 2030, we're supposed to be doing all of this.
2030? That is so far away. I'll be retired by then.
Okay, well, some of us will still be trying to live peacefully on this earth.
We got it. Climb and win. Something agency, warm, cold, electrical outlets. Thanks so much, Blitz. Kendra, can we just move on?
Well, part of Trump's plan is to raise the retirement age and slash Social Security benefits.
Hold on. What? I'm 5 years away from retirement.
I know. MAGA Republicans plan to increase the retirement age by 2 years, from 67 to 69.
Not nice. I'm supposed to be living my best life in 2030.
It would cut benefits for all new retirees by up to 14%, costing them thousands of dollars every year.
That's it. It's time for my special editorial comment segment, Simon Says. In today's Simon Says, Kendra, they can't do this. I was counting on that free money. I was going to turn my son Henry's room into a man cave with the Pirates of the Caribbean pinball machine. It has a mechanical dead man's chest that opens when you get the key.
Oh, does Henry know about this?
I haven't had the chance to tell him. Oh, he's covering Tropical Storm Ernesto in Puerto Rico. Actually, we should get an update on that. Can we patch Henry in? Son? Son, can you hear me? Son, what's the latest?
Dad! Can I please come home? I hate this!
Oh, he's having so much fun. Builds character.
Yeah, well, my character is well built up, and yet we give the most dangerous and exciting segment to a kid who's still in his sock. No offense, kid. But anyways, Simon, this is a perfect segue to senior climate policy expert Francis Cologne, who can lay out in very clear terms how serious this is. Francis?
A climate expert? We already have an expert. Henry, what's your take? Great reporting, son. Now, back to my Simon Says segment. MAGA Republicans are targeting me by raising the retirement age.
You know, Simon, the real victims of this proposal will be millions of younger Americans who will lose out on benefits.
Oh, did somebody say younger, more attractive Americans? Hi, Kendra.
Hi, Bugsy. Well, raising the retirement age will make it harder for everyone to retire, especially young people who can't rely on Social Security if MAGA Republicans eliminate it.
Wait, what?
So the Social Security thing won't affect me? Let's scrap this whole Simon Says segment. It feels stale.
Okay, no, I'm glad you're scrapping that actually, because it makes room for my Bugsy Says segment. I need to look into this. Republicans are going off on retirement benefits and not in a good way. Nearly 3/4 of all Americans would be affected by their cuts. That's gonna be me! I could lose up to $100,000 after only 10 years on Social Security?
Oh, it's true. It also puts many Americans with lower life expectancies at a larger disadvantage, with Black workers less likely to be able to claim adequate retirement benefits.
Do you know what this means?
That the Republicans are trying to take away our rights and benefits?
That I'm gonna be doing sponsored content until I'm 90! Oh, which reminds me. Hey Bugs Nation, don't forget Hug Hub, the husband pillow that hugs you while you walk around, is 50% off in the mobile shop with code HUGS4BUGS. Ugh. They're not even paying me in cash, they're paying me in frickin' hug pillows.
Well, the silver lining is a lot of people are going to need hugs now.
I'd give you a hug, but I've been told it's not very alpha male.
All right, I think it's time for some hopeful news, maybe. The Biden-Harris administration just announced Medicare's directly negotiated lower prices on 10 prescription drugs in order to lower costs for seniors. Now, these are some of the most used drugs. Billions of dollars are spent on them every year, and they treat severe conditions like diabetes, heart failure, and cancer. To explain what this means for Americans, let's welcome Emily G., an expert on health policy.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, thank you for being here, Emily. Tell us the good news.
What will Biden-Harris Medicare's negotiation provide for Americans? And why are they called negotiations? Do I have to play hardball with anyone here?
So believe it or not, until the Biden-Harris administration, Medicare just had to accept whatever prices drug companies wanted them to pay. That meant that Big Pharma had the upper hand. But now, Medicare can negotiate prices for drugs, and it's a wildly popular policy among people of all political persuasions. It's so popular that even Donald Trump promised he would do it, and shockingly, he didn't deliver. But the bad news is, Project 2025, the playbook from Trump's allies, would repeal not just negotiations, but the whole suite of drug reforms in the Inflation Reduction Act that lower prices for Americans. So they would roll back negotiations, they would eliminate the $35 cap on insulin, and they would also roll back the out-of-pocket maximum of $2,000 that takes effect next year.
All right, you're doing a lot of MAGA ragging, but didn't Trump and the Republicans say they have a better plan for health care? They said really nice-sounding things like Big Pharma getting bigger and higher premiums. As someone who has a Hampton by Hilton premium membership, I know that premium means good.
Simon, high healthcare premiums are not a good thing. Premium is what you pay, typically on a monthly basis, for insurance coverage that pays for things like checkups and medications for any diseases you have, and also protects you from the high catastrophic costs of something like cancer treatment or a car accident or a hospital stay. The Biden-Harris administration has actually worked hard to lower premiums, and they've done that for people who buy coverage on their own through the Affordable Care Act marketplaces, lowering premium costs by $800 per person. Now, speaking of MAGA, Donald Trump tried to repeal the ACA last time he was in office, and that would have increased premiums and also eroded the value of insurance, meaning that plans would no longer have to cover things like maternity care or prescription drugs or mental health care.
Lastly, let's talk about pre-existing conditions. Will those still be covered by insurance under either of the candidates' plans? And also, how can something be pre-existing?
So before the ACA, insurance companies could charge more or deny people coverage altogether for conditions they have now or things in the past, like a knee replacement or asthma or a C-section. Kendra, they could have charged you or me more just for simply being a woman.
Oh.
The ACA repeal plans that Trump promoted as president would have eviscerated protections for pre-existing conditions. By contrast, under the Biden-Harris administration, more people than ever have comprehensive health insurance that covers everything from prescription drugs to maternity care to mental health care. In fact, last year, 45 million people were covered thanks to the ACA.
Well, that's very insightful information. Well, thank you so much, Emily, for joining us. We'll be sure to keep you in mind as this story develops.
Thank you. My takeaway? Being a woman is a pre-existing condition.
No, Simon.
What? But she said...
Hey, before the show's over, can I please get Frances on the air? She's got some really important stuff to say.
Fine,
Thank
Blitz,
you.
but is there any way to make this more interesting? Bugsy, what do they do on social media to make important things seem not boring?
Well, okay, so normally I'll just do like a fire dance and I'll just like point to all the different words on the screen and stuff, but I try to keep it under 30 seconds because that's when people start scrolling.
All right, no problem. I'll do the dance thing. Frances, you say what you need to say, and Bugsy, you fill in the words later.
I got you. Bet.
Some may call us alarmists, but actually, alarms are essential devices that tell you when the house is burning. And the house is the planet, and it's burning. Major countries are falling behind on their goals to triple clean energy production by 2030. This doesn't help us fight the worst impacts of climate change, like massive flooding, strong hurricanes, and severe droughts. And if MAGA Republicans get their way, we won't even know when hurricanes are coming because they want to privatize the weather service that warns us about them.
You still have 5 seconds left, though.
Big finish! And yeah.
Oh, thanks for that insightful interview/dance, everyone. So, Simon, can we at least agree that it's okay for everyone in the news business to say that climate change is real?
What is this? Kendra says?
Oh.
But, yeah, it is okay. And you know what? It feels good to say it.
Well, that's all for Felt the Nation. I'm Kendra Sooth.
I'm Simon Socks. Stay cool out there.
So,
I insinuated that the globe is warming.
Oh, this is so stupid. Trump thinks Kamala Harris's rally crowds are fake. He says she AI'd it.
oh, that's absurd.
What even is AI?
I mean, part of the thing is like nobody even understands it, so
So maybe the crowds were AI.
No, dude, that's not how it works.
But he just said nobody understands how it works.
okay, well it doesn't work like that.
What if I'm AI?
Oh my god,
gosh,
he's
come
spiraling
on.
again.
Is everything I say written by someone else?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
snap out of it, Simon.
Is this even a real body?
You are Simon Socks, you're a real person.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to wink.
Ew, no. Ew, stop it. You can't wink. You can't wink, Blitz.
Ew.
Oh my god, it's like in your mouth. Oh, that is so gross. Stop it. Wait, keep it going. I like this, actually.